Hey everybody, here's yet another part system. Compact Presario. I paid $24.99 for this one, which you'll see in a moment is really not a bad deal for what it is. Celeron D processor, 356 is currently installed. It currently has DB-ROM drive C burner combo. And look at it, the sticker, it says I had 512 megs of RAM. Get a careful look at that. Originally the system had an 80 gig hard drive. Let's get a look at the back. There's a light on 300 watt power supply. PS2 keyboard mouse ports. Digital audio, video, USBs, Ethernet, and good audio. Not sure if it's Realtek HD or if it's AC97, but it looks to be probably 7.1 channel or 8 channel audio. Not really sure. Gonna take the cover off the side and have a look inside. And just like the Acer system I looked at earlier today, it needs to be cleaned out. There's your good look at that light on supply. Again, it's a 300 watt power supply. On the plus 12 volt it puts out, if I can find it, 19 amps. Definitely not bad. I may swap this out for a Bestech 312E, which puts out 15 amps, more reasonable for this system, and use this in a system that needs that extra 12 volt power. Here's a look at the motherboard. As far as I see, I don't see any bad caps. There's the exhaust fan, CPU cooling fan. This is your typical compact case. Anyways, here's the funny thing about this one. You remember on the front of the case it showed 512 megabytes of RAM. Well, this system did have 512 megs of RAM when it was in the store, in Computer Works store. But whoever priced it labeled it as having a gig of RAM. As you can see, RAM 1 gigabyte when it had 512 megs installed. So I brought it up to the cashier desk and I mentioned this to him. Said I'm not going to buy this unless it has a gig of RAM, because I'm not going to buy something that has less than what it says it has. So they got the technician up front and he took out that 512 megabyte stick and replaced it with a single 1 gig stick. Normally you would think they would have installed a second 512 stick, but he was wanting to be nice and installed a single 1 gigabyte stick of DDR. So that being said, I bought a second 1 gig stick of DDR from Computer Works store to install in this system to give it 2 gigs of RAM. That way it can sufficiently run Windows Vista or Windows 7 just fine. So that being said, let's go ahead and plug it up and test it. Show you that it does in fact work. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably swap out that Celeron D processor for a Pentium 4. I don't think I have any more Pentium Ds left, but I do have some P4s. That's significantly better than a Celeron D, in my opinion. Here's a look at the BIOS. This is your typical OEM system BIOS, not a whole lot of features. This one here needs to be updated for daylight savings time. Shows a gig of RAM being installed. No, I don't want to quit. I'm so used to other BIOSes. This one's tabbed. Shows our processor, Intel Celeron D 3.33 gig. Here's a good horror monitor. CPU's run cool. Power tab. Not a whole lot in this BIOS when I compare it to the Acer we just looked at in a different video. You have your boot options, and that's pretty much it. So anyways, I'm going to save the changes I made. Not a whole lot there in terms of that BIOS. Typical for HP. Alrighty, so again, not a bad deal at all. Anyways, any questions or comments? Feel free to ask, and thanks for watching.